Oh God.
Probably a few months ago.
That's gotta be over 10 years ago now.
Probably a few years ago when I bought a bunch of One Direction albums off of Amazon.
So I've never bought a Blu-ray actually, and the last time I would have purchased anything would have been like a video game back in the day. It was probably COD Ghosts in like 2013.
Kids in college want them, and many of you probably have these on your Christmas wish list. HD DVDs or Blu-ray disc system.
Recordable compact disc expected in a year or two.
This is DVD. It's a movie on a disc the size of a CD.
Netflix, company that rents movies on DVD.
Seen of today's hottest superstars in one all-new Power Pack collection.
Welcome to Blockbuster Video. Blockbuster Video.
The Netflix DVD service is going dark.
Groundbreaking streaming service, Disney Plus.
This really is the end of an era.
At the end of 2023, international electronics retailer Best Buy officially stopped selling DVDs and Blu-rays, eliminating all physical copies of media in their stores.
To state the obvious, the way we watch movies and TV shows is much different today than it was decades ago. Making this change gives us more space and opportunity to bring customers new and innovative tech for them to explore, discover, and enjoy.
This isn't just Best Buy, it's a larger trend in the industry. In September of 2023, Netflix, who started purely as a place to rent DVDs and have them mailed to your front door, stopped offering that exact service after 26 years. In recent years, even the big mouse, Disney, has stopped selling DVDs in Latin America, Australia, New Zealand, and parts of Asia.
This is worrying for the entertainment industry as a whole. Plenty of writing has been done about this, and look at this graph. Except, these articles and this graph is about 2008, where due to obvious economic disasters, there was a slight sag in DVD sales. And now this is the real graph from 2007 to 2020.
With such big changes in the industry, it's hard not to ask why. Why so much change in so little time? DVDs are a great way to watch and rewatch all your favorite shows and films at home, and they come with fun extra special features and looks behind the scenes. Well, the answer should be obvious to all of us. Digital streaming.
In the 17 years since Netflix started their movies on demand service, plenty of other companies have followed suit. Disney, NBC, Paramount, and it's not hard to see why. In 2013, 6 years after that service launch, Netflix already had 34 million subscribers paying $8 to $12 monthly. And by the end of the decade, that number had jumped to 182 million subscribers. So why were so many people flocking to Netflix?
I use streaming because it's more convenient.
It's just more convenient.
Because it's easy to just get things downloaded on my phone or just use a streaming service.
I used to buy a lot more movies, but now it's becoming takes up more space. The hassle of just going to get it, buy it, as opposed to half the time it's available on streaming anyway.
I like it. I like it a lot.
And that's all there really is to it. It's convenient. For the price of one DVD, you get access to a full, ever-expanding library for a full month. That's like having the world's cheapest rental store in your living room. Now, there is an uptake in 4K Blu-ray releases, but that's not a general audience's thing. They're not gonna buy an expensive Blu-ray just for a film they're gonna throw on once or twice. This is hardcore movie fans, cinephiles, nerds.
Yeah, I have probably over 50, maybe over 60, getting close to 70. Yeah, I love physical media. I think it's great having all my favorite movies on physical copies, just so that if they're off streaming, then I have them if I want to watch them. Like I said, I have Good Time, I have Parasite from the Criterion Channel, I have Wall-E, I've got Forrest Gump, I've got Dune, I have No Country for Tarantino movies, I've got the Lego Movie, I have True Romance.
Streamed movies don't get scratched, they don't get lost behind a shelf, they don't get broken by the kids. And for most people who are going to have 60 FPS motion smoothing turned on their television, they don't care about general losses in video and audio quality. It's their most convenient option. But this doesn't just affect films and television. There's another side to this story.
We are Blind Commentary. Have a good night.
The music industry is feeling the exact same thing. CD sales have followed the exact same downward trend over the years. Since the launch of Spotify in 2008, less and less people are buying CDs. If you thought the downward graph of DVD sales was bad, just look at the CD shipments in the US. And to no one's surprise, the amount of Spotify and Apple Music subscribers inversely goes up. With lowering CD sales and more people streaming, how exactly does this affect the artist?
My name is Ross Nikiforuk, and I'm a music producer, music composer, engineer. I started playing music full-time in 1988. I always played in bands part-time up till that point, and then went on the road and was on the road for about 5 years, and then came back, finished a degree in music, and then opened up a recording studio, worked on TV shows, album projects, and so on. I asked a friend of mine, the leader of a main songwriter of a fairly popular Canadian rock band, and they've sold, a few 100,000 albums over the years, and he just laughed when I asked if he had gotten any money from Spotify. He just laughed. He says it's not so. I don't think there's a lot of. I've had songs that have had thousands of spins on Spotify and have not received anything yet. Nothing. Artists used to sell, if you had a gold record in Canada, that was 50,000 units.
Right.
Not a lot, but that would trigger a lot of airplay for you on commercial radio. And so artists were making money as songwriters, as composers, whatever. And they would also make, from selling records, they'd make money from that. Now, I would say artists really rely on concerts to make money. They're not making money from Spotify or Apple Music or any of the other streaming services like they used to make. I used to buy records and sit in a chair and just read the lyrics and listen to the album over and over and over again and do nothing else really. Now all of a sudden you could buy a song, you could download a song for free.
Yeah.
And people were just doing that. And now of course that really started the sort of devaluing of music.
Now, despite all this talk about declining sales, there is one strange exception: vinyl records. Seems that despite everything, vinyl records have become the physical media of choice for young people. 2022 saw a total of $1.2 billion spent on vinyl records, a 20% jump from the previous year. This was the highest point in record sales since 1988. According to the Recording Industry Association of America, the biggest demographic for buying vinyls is Generation Z. Vinyl lacks the convenience of streaming. Record players are expensive and they take up space, and vinyls have great sound quality, but they degrade over time through multiple listens. So why are young people so interested in vinyl?
My name's Rylan Hill.
Yeah. How many vinyl records do you own?
This many on the table right now. I don't know how many that is, 20 or 30, something like that.
What is so appealing about vinyl as opposed to CDs?
I just like the cover art. This is so sick. These are so sick. I like you can really customize the actual vinyl itself. I like this. I like the you can really do anything with these vinyls. Do it on the actual vinyl. is very sad. It was hanging on my wall, and let's just say, where is it? It did not have a great experience.
Oh,
yeah.
That's kind of metal though. That's kind of.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool though.
It's just like a blown up coaster now.
Coaster?
Yeah. You can't do this with a CD.
No, you can't.
That's pretty sick.
That's pretty sick.
I don't. Actually, I do. I have a multicolored one from the for the Death Proof soundtrack. Wait, I can find it. Oh, here it is. This is the good one. No, it's not. Oh, there it is.
Look at that.
Death Proof. Great movie.
Documentary.
AT-Aliens.
AT-Aliens.
I got this from my art teacher. Some CCR.
CCR?
I don't know if this one. Yeah, this got Bad Moon Rising. So we won't talk about it.
We won't talk about it.
Because they're good decoration. Like if you like an album, it's like it's big enough that you can display it and see it clearly, and yeah, it's good decor.
It's good decor.
As opposed to streaming, vinyl offers things more than convenience. People like the artwork, they like directly supporting artists they love, and they love the little bonuses that come inside like lyric sheets. But when people buy physical media, they get something more important than convenience.
They get ownership. Once you buy a DVD, once you buy a vinyl, once you buy a song, it's yours forever. Apple Music isn't going to break into your house and steal that record off your shelf because it's now caught up in a weird copyright battle for whatever reason. I've had albums I love, like Buddy Rich's Roar of 74, get taken off my playlists for reasons I don't know to this day. Movies get taken off streaming services all the time. How many times have you sat down to watch a movie on Netflix, you knew it was there, you've seen it on there, and now it's just gone. Never to be seen again, lost in some void. In 2023, Disney took Willow off of Disney Plus 6 months after the show came out. And since the show was made for Disney Plus, no physical copies were made. So unless you can find a legally questionable version online, you can't watch the show. The thousands of fans of the show can't rewatch it, thousands of more people can't discover it, and the hundreds of artists who work on it now have their work locked up in some vault behind Disney's doors. It might not seem all that bad. Willow wasn't a very popular show, that's why it got moved off Disney Plus. But what happens when corporations start to shelve classics? What happens when Netflix decides that The Queen's Gambit, a beloved and popular show, isn't worth keeping on their service anymore? Last year, Disney infamously edited a scene from the 1971 classic, The French Connection. Now, this wasn't just streaming. When people went to check versions of the film they had bought digitally, it had been altered as well. With more and more studios and retailers moving away from physical media, we are at risk. Risk of art being locked away forever. We are at risk of handing the reins of art and cultural history over to companies entirely driven by profits and pleasing shareholders. We are at risk of losing the things that we love. I've got playlists on Spotify, thousands of songs long. What happens if I wake up tomorrow and overnight Spotify had gone bankrupt and shut down forever without warning? I've got no way to get those songs back. Besides trying to brute force remember every single one of them, it's not going to happen. A couple of years ago, my mom got me The Sopranos on DVD. The full box set. Every single episode, every single season. And at the time, I thought it was funny because who uses DVDs, right? I can just watch the show on HBO Max, or I guess TikTok now. But the more I talk about this, the more I research this, the more I think about this, the more I think that this is good. I haven't used physical media in a long time. I don't own any CDs, vinyls, Blu-rays. These are the only DVDs that I own. I don't use physical media. But maybe I should.